And there's multiverses in the film, and in a film about multiverses, there was a world where Jackie Chan was going to make this film.
Yes. Oh. No. Okay, to be fair to the Daniels, and you know when you start out to write a movie or to do a movie, it is show business, right? It's about a business sense. And constantly, it's the guys that goes out to save the world. And then as you get older and the roles get smaller, the boxes get tighter. So they did. They went to China to meet with Jackie, and you know, Jackie texted me and said, you know, congratulations for your movie, but did you know your boys came to see me first? I'm like, oh.
That doesn't seem needed.
No, it's okay. We're great friends. I'm like, you're lost, bro. Thank you. Oh God.
Because you have known Jackie for a long time.
Yes, my first gig in Hong Kong was with Jackie, and then we did Super Cop together.
Did you know you had this performance in you? Did you know that as an actor you had this?
I knew it wasn't asked of me. I knew it was material I hadn't seen before, and I just knew the basics of it when I went to meet Darren. He wasn't certain how he was going to make this movie because it would require the actor to clearly wear extensive prosthetic makeup to create Charlie's body. And
did that help or hinder?
Help, absolutely. Because it was designed with the rules that it would obey gravity and physics, and it was appropriately heavy, and that really made the experience of playing the part, I think, really a lot closer to what it would be like to live in a body of a man that size, for me personally. Because when it came off, I could still feel an undulation. You know when you get the feeling when you step off a boat onto a dock? You're kind of in vertigo? I think what that was is just showing me that it's still with me. And it also let me know that to be a person of that size, you really have to be very strong, physically and emotionally. And I grew to appreciate that by having played this part.
And you're one of those actors, you've been working constantly, and yet this has been described as your Brenaissance, because people like words like that. Does it feel... They have! I didn't make this shit up.
Me neither. Hey, look, we just work here, OK?
Does it feel like a Brenaissance to you?
Every time I hear that, I want to look at the ceiling. Oh, look, here's Rick O'Connell. Oh, look, there's George of the Jungle. Foreshortening. You can call me whatever you want, just as long as you're calling me.
OK. And presumably people are calling you. Are they? They must be. Directed by Damien Chazelle for La La Land. But he really goes for it. These enormous set pieces. It opens with this mad Hollywood party. Like in real life, how long were you at that party for? That's you crowd surfing.
That is, it was, That was me crowd surfing. It was so fun.
So we get why it's called Babylon now, right, clearly.
This is like the G-rated version of that. I mean, the party is insane. Damien, I mean, he's such a visionary kind of director, but there's an amazing, extraordinary one in that party scene where you kind of meet all the different characters, and it's a huge ensemble cast. You've got Brad Pitt and Diego and, you know, Gene Smart, and you've got a chicken stealing someone's cocaine and running off, you know, like, and you've got stunts, you've got someone falling from the ceiling. So this is all being timed with, like, this crane movement. And we're not shooting in studio, we're shooting, like, on location, so it's even more difficult, but so much is happening. And you kind of get a glimpse of everything. It's the kind of movie where you have to see it on a big screen because there's so much happening in the frame at every single moment. You could look anywhere and you're seeing a whole, you know, this whole tapestry of madness. But doing those one-ers and knowing that you don't want to be the person that makes you go again.
It's also, how did you cope and keeping that thing on your breasts?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think. I'm watching that going, is that going to stay on?
It was.
I mean, that is a costuming feat.
There was a lot of slips, but that I am like, even in that scarf thing that we're calling a dress, I am still probably the most clothed person in all that. So honestly, we were also desensitized to nudity very quickly. That it in that scene, there's literally like orgies happening behind us while people are talking. I mean, there's so.
The guy jumping on the penis was kind of one of my favourite.
And the penis.
Sadly, that isn't the clip we have. Just talking to Sarah Michelle backstage. we both thought you'd been on the show.
I thought I'd been on the show, but I'm telling you, I think it's like that thing where I see you and so you're on TV and I think I know you, but I actually don't know you.
But I think it was because Channel 4 days, obviously I was drinking a lot more then, and...
More than this?
Yeah, seriously. More than this, yeah.
It's like a bit from Signs, you know, which goes in the water.
Good reference.
Thank you. I thought it deserved more, actually. Oh, no, don't. Show up your arse.
But no, because we had lots of the other Buffy people. I guess we just never had Buffy. I just thought...
I do get that I look like Seth Green a lot, so that could be what it is.
Here's the shocking thing. 20... It stopped... Did it stop 20 years ago?
A week now, people have been reminding me. But yes, 20 years.
Yeah. Is it lovely or is it annoying that people would still reference it all these years later?
No, I love that people reference it. I just don't need the actual date and passage of time. Because then it's like, oh, now we realize how old you are. And so otherwise, I feel like it's maybe a little bit of a mystery. Not really.
But no, but aren't there like college courses in Buffy? They're Buffy studies.
There are. There's books about it. There's like philosophical discussions, and there are classes. I haven't attended them personally, but I think it's just sort of about all of the theories about what was actually being said and the psychology behind the monsters and what they actually represented, or just my hair.
You should turn up and do like a seminar or something.
I mean, I would love to, but I would be such a disappointment because like people will come up to me on the show. Do you remember an episode, you know, season 5, episode 4? And I'm like, could you tell me what happened in it? And was I Buffy in that one too? Sometimes I get a little.
You lived.
No, actually I didn't. I died many times on the stage.
Yeah. You're quite physical and acrobatic in it.
I had to be, and I was terrified, and I had some choreographers, and so you have to make it look easy, but sometimes you need strength in your body that I don't have because I don't work out, and you have to be very precise. And one time we were rehearsing, and I had to put my legs in a specific position and hard, and I was upside down, and you know, I forgot it was coming because when you're upside down, you get very confused. And I didn't do that, and so I was going down, head down, and he tried to grab me, but he grabbed my sweatpants, and then I couldn't remember if I had underwear or not. And they were coming off. And so I was holding on to my sweatpants. He's like, put your hands on the floor. And I'm like, And finally, some people came to my rescue and took me, but I was this close from the ground. Still holding on to what half of my pants were down and I was holding on for life.
You're the first grime artist to ever headline Glastonbury.
Yeah.
And this look is now so iconic, the Banksy bulletproof vest. So did Banksy, like, how do you get a Banksy bulletproof vest?
It's just kind of bestowed upon you. I swear to you, that's how it. That's what it feels like. It was like have I told this story before? I'm gonna tell it anyway.
Yeah.
So my contact with Banksy was he is as elusive as you can imagine. Like as in.
Is your contact with Banksy Banksy?
Not really. No, it's like. No, it's not really. Like, you get contacted through notes, like... It sounds like... Yeah, it's quite, like...
Is it cloak and dagger?
Basically, like, in a nutshell, like, and then... Yeah, it was mad. I don't even... Sometimes, can I be real? Talking about Banksy, I feel like... I swear to you, like, whenever people ask me, like, about the vest, I'm like, who sent you here? Like, yeah, it's a bit like... I don't know, yeah, I might just... You know what I mean?
But do you go, dear Banksy, I need a large?
No. He anything Banksy does, that's one thing I can vouch for Banksy, is that, yeah, he literally found me and said, I've made something for you, like, if you want to wear it, like, if you don't, and I was like, yeah, I definitely want to wear it, please, like.
Yeah.
Please, I was like, yeah, please. And then even, like, we done some fittings for it, and then, yeah, it was very, 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 insane.
Did you actually meet him?
I can't.
You can't say, can you?
He's so dead. Went for fittings. I mean...
No, that's going to be
He
someone
was never
else.
there.
No,
he was never... I swear to you. Or she was never there. You know, like... But yeah, it was... he literally, like... that's why I genuinely feel like it felt like it was bestowed upon me, like, as in he found me through and said, you are gonna wear this vest, yeah.
And then that look became your Madame Tussauds waxwork. But that's not the real vest, is it?
Nah.
Where is the real vest?
I'm sure it's in a museum, I believe.
Called your house?
Or maybe Matt. No. Like, you want to hear something funny? So after Glasgow, I had the vest, and I've never been so scared in my life. Like, because people do big, what's it, espionage? Yeah. So I had it in my house, and it's just like in my bedroom. I'm looking at it like, yo, like, I need to get rid of this. Like, I felt like, I felt like, yo, like, and then I took it to the safe and kept it in the safe, and now it's at a museum. Because with art, I didn't know this, but if you have like world famous or world renowned or very important pieces of art, it's a thing amongst art collectors that you're meant to lend it to museums. Because apparently the art is so important to the world that no one man can have it.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah. And
that's what they told you?
Yeah. that's what they told me.
Did you like all of that? Was that kind of in your wheelhouse?
You know, I didn't. No, it wasn't. And I never even... I just assumed that there'd be somebody else to do all of the fighting.
It's a big movie.
You know, like, they'll be like, they've got people for that. And then it was like, no, boot camp starts. I was like, boot who? And it was every day with the Dora Milaje training in the sweltering heat with sticks and spears, learning fight choreography. I had never done anything like that in my life. I didn't even think I would be doing it myself.
But Michaela, is it true that you have wrestled with Winston?
Yes, we have wrestled. No, I thought you told them that. I was like, how did this come up?
I haven't told anybody
that.
I was going to say, it's not in the film.
Oh. It's not in the film. I don't know how you knew that. But yes, we have wrestled a couple of times.
Yeah.
OK.
Yeah.
And is that where the finger thing comes from?
No.
You set these up really... that's a really interesting setup.
No. The finger thing was just... The finger thing was just something that I would just, like, do on set, just to, like, bring the vibe sometimes, I know. And then I would just a little bit. It's just what it is. It is what it is. We've been tested. We'd have to...
but yeah.
And then, no, we would sometimes wrestle. Obviously, it's a bit of a mismatch. So
She lost when I sat on her.
And then at one point, you like sort of used me as like a Hoover. Just like had me by the ankle and was just like hoovering around. Yeah, no, it was fun.
Yeah, we're close.
Yes, very. Yes.
We're close.
And so the three sisters, your goddesses,
Yes.
what gives? What's happening?
Yeah. Oh, gosh, don't ask me. It's too But anyway, our powers have been taken from us and we're very cross. And Shazam took them from us and we've come back. We've come down to earth to take them back. But the reason I wanted to do it was because I loved the first Shazam. I thought it was so sweet and funny. And, you know, I'm not a big sort of superhero-y type person, but I loved the idea of it, these young kids, you know, being superheroes. So I happily signed up for the second one. But of course, they are young kids playing, and I'm sure you know this from your experience with Mandalorian. They live in another world. They talk a language I do not understand. You know, I'd be sitting amongst them, and I got embarrassed to say too many times, I'm sorry, what are you talking about? What are you referencing? All the references are...
I mean, I don't know half the references that kids are saying today. I'm still a kid. So.
There's one that I learned recently that's really wonderful. And somebody was saying, you swerve. Do you know what swerving is?
No.
No.
Swerving.
Yes, what's swerving?
I was like, oh, get somebody off your scent or something like that. I don't know, confuse somebody. And they were like, no, they come in for a kiss and you swerve.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, I'll do it.
Only if you don't want the kiss.
I'm coming in for the
no,
kiss.
I won't swerve.
No, you've got to
No,
swerve.
I can't. Will you kiss me?
You've got to swerve.
No,
okay?
I won't. All right. Just know that I would never swerve on you.
This is... OK, so you chose what swerving.
Oh, Pedro, it's so lovely to see you. How are you, darling?
That was a mini swerve.
You cheated, Pedro. You cheated.
I feel like that's wrong. You can't be Swerve.